Now, what would they do to force us? Watch this. They said that no man might, y'all see that, buy or sell. That's talking about economics, okay? They're going to use the monetary system to try to force us to reject the word of God. What? All right, Shalom.
He's been found out. So I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the pedigree who times created the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you sister brothers living this truth, and shalom to you brothers and sisters listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. Now, we just heard that clip. If you're not familiar, that was the leader of IUIC, Bishop Nate, giving a breakdown of Revelation 13 and 16, something that he's been getting wrong a lot. He's done changed it. He doesn't have a real sound doctrine when it comes to Revelation 13, 16, the mark of the beast. He basically said it's worshiping Jesus Christ, or it's just doing sin as the mark. He done gave a lot of off stuff on that. And now he's trying to clean it up because the Lord, through biblical prophecy coming to pass, the vision, it's been appointed for that time. We're going to pull that. And now it's showing Nate to be a liar. So now he's in damage control trying to clean it up. That's what we just witnessed from Bishop Nate. And it's proven that he is a hireling and he's not a real true man of the Lord. And we just know that based on him having a 501c3 non-tax charter. With him having that, he has a contract with the government. Who owns the government? Esau Edom. Who is Esau Edom? So-called white man. So he has a contract, especially tying into his the ministry, because that's something you're supposed to keep pure. And because of that, that's why his doctrine didn't remain pure. He muddied it up because he came from the same place as our apostles and elders. He learned under Apostle Tahar. So Bishop Nate knows the truth, but chose to teach something different because he signed them contracts with Esau, and now it's being found out. I'm pretty sure his organization telling him they see microchips. Microchips are being promoted. So now he has to know, now he's starting to see that he has to bring out the truth. Because that dude's been lying. And he's getting called out on it. Because I bet you he's feeling that pressure. Because he done told the lie, and the Lord is bringing all truth, to the surface. Lies is being exposed, and he's a part of that. And we're seeing it. That's why the brother did a lesson on that, man. Y'all go, check out his quick response to that. And this dude, man, he's been found out. That's a false prophet. And I just love how the Lord is doing that. This works. Because I bet he's going to spin this. He's going to try to spin it so cold. We'll just see. But I'm just talking, as a man right here. I think through the spirit, Nate is going to try to spin this and say that he always said the microchip was the MOTB. He might do that, Joshua. He's done it before with Jacob's trouble, so he might do it again. You see, now he's starting to now acknowledge that it's going to be monetary, how they control us, when the scriptures clearly let you know that. That's what they've been telling him. But Nate knows what he's doing. I call that dude a Judas goat. I believe he's walking all his congregation into destruction, right into Esau Edom's hands. And this is they last call for anybody that's still part of IUIC to come up out of there. Because the Lord has proven that he a liar. Because watch how he try to spin this again. So let's get our first scripture. And then we're going to show you why Nate is acting like that, why he's starting to change his tune on the MOTB. Because I did some more research on those microchips, Joshua, them RFID microchips. And, they're basically here. So this is 2 Timothy 4 and 3. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Woo! And that fits what we just seen with Bishop Nate and the IUIC. He had the pure doctrine. He muddied it up so he can monetize the ministry, making merchandise, branding, so he can make money. So to do that, he was chasing his own lust. What is that? To be somebody big in this society, to have millions of dollars. That's why Nate did it. So the scripture's spot on. He said, but after their own lust, should they heap themselves teachers having itching ears. And Nate is supposed to be a teacher of the children of Israel. And it shows all his followers have itching ears because they done heard this sound doctrine. I know that a lot of people, IUC done mocked it. They done heard it. They despised it because Nate got the money. He got the clout, as they call it. And I'm at this point, I'm believing if it was any hopeful like IUIC, they've been done got up out of there by now. Because now it's about to be destruction is coming. And the optics is up. You can see that the MOTB is the mark of the beast. You can see it now. The money's about to go digital. They're experimenting with cryptocurrencies. The government is taking CBDC seriously, which stands for what? Central Bank Digital Currency. So if the money goes digital and they have a device that's digital, I mean, hey, and already the world's already, when you look at it, Yashrala, they're in a baby stage of that. When you got your debit card or credit card, it has a what in it? It has a microchip in it. You got to stick your card in the little card reader, and that's how you make purchases. So all they're going to try to do, all Esau Edom, the so-called white man's trying to do, is transfer that, that device from your card, and he wants to implement it in your body. That way you're a part of his system. They call that biometrics. That's the mark of the beast. The RFID microchip in your body in order to make purchases in this society. And you can clearly see that's what it is. But this dude teaches something different because he is a false prophet. And his job is to walk Yashrala into slaughter. Like, look up that term Judas goat, Yashrala. That's Bishop Nate. And like the Lord, look, what matter of fact, let's go get that. Look at the optics of this, Yashrala. Okay, not that. Right here. Elon Musk says a third patient got a Neuralink brain implant. The work is part of a booming field. Did you hear that? And if they're working on a third patient, behind the scenes, they probably got about 300 of them. They're just telling the public the third patient. They probably got a lot of them that, failed experiments, got unalive. They ain't going to talk about that, Yasharala. It says Elon Musk said a third person has received an implant from his brain computer interface company, Neuralink. There's companies, Yasharala, that are doing brain computer interface microchips. It says one of the many groups working to connect the nervous system to machines. Transhumanism. That's what Esau Edom wants to do. And they're already doing human trials. So you think about it, that system's going to interface with the digital system, the digital blockchain. Both of those things going to interface. They're going to do away with cash. They're not going to deal with physical money anymore. If you don't have that digital thing and you just got physical money, you're not going to be able to go into Walmarts and you look grocery stores and buy the food you need. They're just going to say we're in this new system, like a real ID, we're on this. Do this or you this, or they going to say you can't work a job, you can't get on the plane, you can't do nothing unless you have that mark of the beast, that RFID microchip. It's going to come like that, y'all, Sharala. It says since the first brain implant about a year ago, Musk said the company has upgraded the devices with more electrodes, higher bandwidth, and longer battery life. Musk also said Neuralink hopes to implant the experiment devices in 20 to 30 more people this year. Well, did you hear that? 20 to 30 people more this year, Yashrala. So this is happening. This dude talking about, it's Joe. Oh, see no microchips. Hey, here go Chips Ahoy, man. So I don't think I'm going to read the whole thing. Because it's got a whole bunch of stuff. I'll put the information in the comment section if you want to read this whole article about the Neuralink brain chips. Because they are here and they're experimenting. And it's only a matter of time before it's made mandatory. So this is the mark of the beast, Yasharala. It's the optics on it, man. And then you got people in the nation of Israel that's not teaching. They're not warning Israel. They're leading Israel into it. So what people like Bishop Nate and these other false camps are doing, they're getting Yasharala used to their system so they won't fight against it. They just accept it. And that's not giving a warning to Yasharala, man. That's sending your people to the slaughter. That's what that's doing. Straight up. So that they got a lot of blood on his hands. Matter of fact, yeah, what else gonna get? Let's go back. And we're gonna get that Habakkuk. What is that? 2? Because the division is here, man. It's very, very visible for that. That's what the mark of the beast is. So now he can't. There's nothing to stand on anymore. You can't come with that BS. Now he got to come correct, and now what he's doing, Yashua, he's trying to take little baby steps to say he been teaching the truth, but I believe it's gonna be too late at that point. His congregation, I think at this time, they ain't gonna take that flip flop, and if they do, that shows everybody in their congregation is zombies. They just brain dead. So this is Habakkuk. They're just like people in the plants Christianity. If they just let this dude flop on that again, that shows you're just blindly following Nate. You're not using none of your own mind, none of that. Because this dude done changed his doctrine like 3 or 4 times. And then the camp that he slandered had the truth the whole time. Hey, you might want to deviate over there and get the real truth. Instead of dealing with a dude who been lying to you, I don't know how many times he done changed up the doctrine. And he knows he taught a lie on purpose. That's to make it real bad. He ain't like ignorant of the truth. Nate knows the truth and taught a lie. He's just like Esau in a sense. So this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. You hear that? It said, for the vision is yet for a appointed time. The vision, the specs, the optics. We can see this thing now, that this is the mark of the beast. So Nate just looked real dumb saying, trying to talk in ain't. So now he has to switch up his speech. Otherwise, he'll look like a fool. And who did that? Yahweh Shah did that with prophecy. It's coming to the light. And I like how it's not only is we're seeing it, we're hearing about it. Because what it says, at the end it shall speak. So they'll put Elon Musk, he's promoting the MOTB. It's speaking. They're talking about it. They're changing legislation. They dog walking this thing to the MOTB is what they're doing. And they always saying, oh man, ain't no RFID microchip, it ain't that. Like I said, though it tarry, wait for it, it should surely come. And now it's here, Yashua. So now we just looking for how they're going to implement it, make it mandatory. Because they're going to try to, we'll see, it's going to take something big for them to get it. Because they already ran that 1-9 situation. So I don't know if the public is going to be ready to just jump to something like that. The only way I can see them doing that is crashing the dollar, which that's going to cause chaos. It's going to be a lot of infighting and all of that. And they might be cool with that. And they'll just try to control what they got left and see what they can do. That's why this thing is going to be messy. Either way you look at it. But we got to hang strong and keep our faith that Yahweh Shah is coming back so we don't be part of the ones that take it. Because I believe they're going to get this thing out of fear, Yahshua. Fear is going to sell this thing. Fear and comfort. They're going to make it convenient. And they're going to push a fear like if you don't have this, then like you ain't going to live. And if you think about it, it's the same thing they did in the 1-9. So that was like a pre-trial before they do the MOTB. That's why I believe the spirit is coming quickly. The MOTB is gonna be made mandatory because they already done did something similar to it. They put something out there like if you don't get it, you should surely die. Talking just like that serpent. And now they starting to see the people see that was a bunch of hoopla. They just wanted to see how much control they had over the public. And now they're getting ready to do it again. And this time it's gonna deal with economics. You're not gonna be able to buy or sell unless you have that RFID microchip. That's how they're gonna do it. That's why I said the love of money is the root of all evil. If you love money, you're gonna end up getting the MOTB. That's why we really got to be ready to disengage from the system. We got to be ready to get up, leave this thing alone. You can't listen to no dude that's trying to make it all comfortable and talk to you like, oh, it ain't there. You ain't got nothing to worry about. And then when it comes, you're not properly built up and edified to combat what's been pushed in your face. Because he didn't lace you up with the truth. He didn't tell you what's really going on. He just made you comfortable so you'll spend your money with him. Because Nate is after his own glory. He's not really kingdom minded. He trying to get his stuff on this side. He ain't looking at the other side. And if you with a leader like that, they'll have you like that. They won't have you like arising, departing, because this is not our rest. They'll have you like, man, Hey, get your bag on. Get in the branding. Start a new chapter out in this city or state and get the money. That's how Nate thinks. And I'm going to leave off with our last precept. And that's how we know not to mess with him, because you can just see he's seeking his own glory. And even Yahushua didn't even seek his own glory. And he told us that in John, the 7th chapter. Because I'm going to check this out. It's John 7:16. It says, Yahushua answered them, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. So Yahushua was saying he was coming in the name of Yahweh. He was using Yahweh's doctrine. This is Yahweh's words. And that's the same way we coming in, because we're saying these are not our words. These are Yahweh's words. You know, we standing on that. And we're going to give you the truth, 100% truth in this doctrine. Like, we're going to let you know what's coming. So check it out. When you go to verse 17, it says, and if any man would do his will, he should know of the doctrine. And then we do. That's how we know Nate is a liar. Whether it be of Yahweh or whether I speak of myself. Verse 18, he that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory. But he that seeketh his glory that sent him, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. So they go back to everything I just said. Like, we're seeking the glory, not our glory, the glory of Yahushua. And Yahushua was seeking the glory of Yahweh. You see how that order works like that? It goes Yahweh, Yahushua, and then, us, the believers. Nate doesn't push Yahushua like that. He don't push Yahushua at all. He pushes Jesus Christ. So I look at that dude like, you not really even over here fighting. You're just here to make money and mislead the sheep. Nate's a hireling. And not only just IURC, IUSBK as well. They've been doing a whole lot of crazy activity to get the ministry blamed. Talk about real nigga university, and this making money, because they're charging these dudes for these services. IURC and IUSBK. Other camps like Sakari already done got demolished because they was charging. They basically just making the Lord's house a merchandise. That's them seeking their own glory. Alazar Sakari was a guerrilla Hebrew. He was seeking his own glory. General Yohanan done declared his stuff. He done declared he better than some of the prophets that done wrote in the Bible. Like, dude, how proud is that? So the Lord is showing that these leaders are false. And if you're here, learning from the apostle of this great millstone, you got the best seat in the house, man. Trust me, Yashara. I done looked at all these groups. I done measured them up to the word. And great millstones are the ones that stood, the test. Everybody else had all kind of blemishes based on their doctrine being off. And me, us, we was studying this word. So when I see stuff, I'm going to know it's off. Because like Yahushua said, he said, if any man would do the will, he should know the doctrine. And us prophets, we do the will. So now we know, if you're doing it right, if you're doing it wrong. And you can tell if it's of Yahweh or if it's just some nigga trying to get a bag. It's real easy to tell on that, Yasharala. So if you're here, a great millstone, hey, you made it. And I'm betting, you done looked at other camps. I done seen other camps. And hey, you found it, man. I say this is watch the Apostle Elders Great Millstone and the affiliate brothers who sing the same song as the Apostle Elders, got the same doctrine. Stay here, man. This is the truth right here. This is the truth. And that's what all other stuff, all their doctrines starting to fall away. Because it wasn't based on truth. They took some and then they added in their own little spin on it, is what they did. And the Lord, because the truth is happening, it's going to prove that you done changed stuff. We can see where you made changes by just looking at your organization. I don't work with a lot of IUIC members. So I know what type of dudes they recruit. And they're not serious-minded, very worldly. Just like their leader is very worldly. They look at this like the next phase of a black movement. They're not really, it ain't really hit them just how precious and ancient this truth is and how you should take it seriously. It ain't hit them yet. And I think, or I believe that's because the measure of faith. I see you really have to have faith to be in this thing, to really believe. Because that's like the power to open it all up. Otherwise, you just be following this like a trend or something. You don't see the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. When the Lord opened up your eyes to see the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, a lot of these camps they be playing, these dudes be playing with it, you'll see them and know they're not for real. And the Lord is proving that. This dude, the Lord got this dude changing the doctrine once again. He needs to go ahead and tell the truth. We'll see if he ever get to that point. He needs to go like, hey man, this is what it is. But man, he done led them people, took their money. That's why he's in a very, very bad position, Yasharallah. Very bad position. You know, he got, because that's, I believe through the spirit, they got the most members in America, Babylon the Great, IURC. So, this dude, like, man, I done told these people lies, truth coming out. Like, he's in the same position as Esau. I know they're both in the same position. That's what happens when you sign a deal with Esau. That's you being hand in hand joined with him. So you get the same problems he got. Just said we ain't got the same problems as Esau. We got different problems. We just waiting on Yahweh Shah to return. We ain't got problems up here trying to worry about, Esau, Edom, and worry about, oh, we're gonna get exposed or not. We ain't got those worries. you know. So I just want to put this out there real quick to show you, Yashrala, that the truth is gonna come out and it's gonna expose all these little false dudes. Like you're gonna see these other camps start to get, disband as the heat started to kick in. So with that being said, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah and stay locked in because Yahweh Shah is quickly on the way. Shalom.